Okay, the finals here. We'll play first. I'm gonna keep it. Like, I kind of see that Harold's not looking that great here, but Copter on turn 2, we can hope to find something to work with it, right? Plus, if we find anything to get Copter going, we can just ditch excess land. So we're really just on the hunt for any creature. And this hand just gets crazy good fast. I like my opponent's name, Screaming Seahawk. That is a funny Magic card. Let's get the Copter down. I mean, technically, if we just rip lands, we could play a turn 6 Herald of Anguish. Likely not good enough, but you never know. Ooh, Druid of the Cowl. That's a good one. All right. Creature? Well, Implement will actually do. I mean, it's not a creature, but I guess the question is, do I want to get rid of it? Oh, Untethered Express. Well, that card's good. All right. I guess it depends on what I draw, but all right. I think I am going to actually get rid of it here. I want to find something. All right. Automaton will, in fact, work. So play the Automaton. Activate the Copter. Get in with the Copter. Ditch a land. Next turn, we can play the Herald. Malfunction's actually a good rip, too. We can actually... Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Might just deal with Untethered Express next turn because of that. Instead of playing Herald. Just saves us damage. I mean, I could attempt... Well, it's not bad. I mean, making your opponent ditch cards is pretty important. But I can play Malfunction and still smash with Copter, which is probably better. So maybe that's just the wiser choice here. Oh, now they can block the Copter. I see. Alright, so they smash for 5. Take it. No more plays, so let's see here. I can play the Aviator, I can play the Herald. The question is it worth playing Herald now to make my opponent ditch a card? They lose their Untethered Express. They're in black, though. They could have, like, Daring Demolition. We might just want to go in full-fledged damage save mode here and just Malfunction. Like, I don't want to take 6 damage if I don't have to, because Herald of Anguish, regardless of whether I make my opponent discard lands or not, or discard their hand or not, now, I think is still going to be very, very much game-changing. So it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, Pillar Bug, not worried about that. Very good. All right. So we saved ourselves 6 damage. They have an extra card in hand. Let's see here. If I play the Automaton, 5, 6, 7, yeah. All right. So let's play the Herald. Tap this. Tap this. Okay. Make them ditch a card. All right, they lose a Salvager. Okay, that is not a removal for Herald, so good news for us. Alright, so we can play the Aviator and we can still use the Herald to kill stuff and things, which is really nice. So let's play the Aviator here. And we're going to activate the Smuggler's Copter here. And then we're going to smash with Herald and Copter. And yes, let's get rid of the swamp. Another good rip by us. So we'll trade a Thopter for an Artisan. They ditched their last card because Herald is just so good. Just so good. We can chump the Fenhauler with the Aviator. Maybe just take the bug. Or I guess we can double... Well, could double block the bug, but I don't mind taking 2 from it. It's a 4-point life swing, I guess, but that's alright. They're still in some pretty serious trouble here, so we'll block. I guess we could actually block like this and take 5. I don't love it. We'll just prevent some damage here. Alright, they get their lifelink on. Armorcraft Judge. Alright, so no cards to be drawn. They do get a Hill Giant. I could use the Automaton, but... Oh, I see. They do get to draw a card. But they're going to discard it because they're tapped out. So, oh, they got me. They showed me. So I could Automaton, but we're swinging with Copter, so there's really no need. Scrap Heap Scrounger. Yeah, I can ditch it and then get it back. That's kind of actually really good synergy with Herald of Anguish. So this can't be blocked by artifact creatures. I don't think that's a huge deal. Let's just activate the Copter. Well, I want to get in with all my flyers, right? I want to get in for 9 flying. Well, I guess no. Let's just get in for 8 flying. I guess since the Scrounger can't block, I should have done that instead. But I figured I was going to pitch the Scrounger, which I probably still am doing. Ooh, Poisoner is a good rip. So we can get rid of the Scrounger because we can always get it back. Yeah. Get in for our 8 damage. Play a Poisoner. Play a Skygate. And we still have a mana to pitch an artifact. And kill like Pillar Bug too. So I can like block Fenhauler, block Pillar Bug, ditch a Thopter, get the Pillar Bug so they can't gain life. Can I do this anytime? That's pretty sweet. Alright, so we go block here, block here. And then we pitch. Lose a Thopter. Kill some things. I guess I could have pitched the Skygate. Alright. So, opponent's got a green-black counter deck. Untethered Express is obviously good. Artisans in here, Salvagers. They have a lot of good +1/+1 counters. This is probably my favorite archetype in the format. The one my opponent's playing. I think it's just really, really good, really consistent, really easy to draft, super strong, just all around very, very good deck. So I don't think our Prowler Puzzle Nut plan seems very good for this matchup, which might mean we just don't have a good sideboard plan. I guess Technician sort of takes care of Untethered Express, but not in amazing fashion. Basically just gets rid of the counters and makes them replay it and wait another turn to attack with it, which is okay, but I'm not in love with it. I'm not in love with that idea. I mean, we do have Death Touch for it, we have Malfunction for it, we have Leaving the Dust for it, so we have some things that interact with it, but not as many as I would like. Might just keep it the same here for now. Opponent's got some good value in there for sure, but it's hard to beat that Herald of Anguish value, got to admit. All right, I guess we're keeping. I mean, it's a lot of lands, but we got a 6-mana Herald of Anguish in hand, right? Hopefully they don't have the Daring Demolition. Maybe we just got lucky that they didn't see it before. Unbridled Growth, all right. Ooh, Poisoner. It is a good rip. It is a phenomenal rip, as a matter of fact. Now we can get a turn 5 Herald of Anguish. I guess we will actually be needing a second Swamp, won't we? I didn't factor that into this keep. Okay, Druid of the Cowl. Opponent's off to a pretty good start. There's an Inventor. I mean, we're going to be smashing with our Poisoner, most likely, even if it has to trade with a Druid, just because we like to play cheaper spells. They do have Subtle Strike in their deck. Walking Ballista. All right, well, that's going to take care of everything, I guess. Windkin Raider. All right, so now we have all the improvised and none of the gasoline, huh? So I guess we attack because I'm not making a play, and they have +1/+1 counters in their deck. Problem is, I think I do pump. See, if they put a +1/+1 counter on it, they're going to be able to just kill our Automaton whenever I'm tapped out anyway. If I leave up the mana, they'll still find an opportunity to do it, so I might as well get some damage in. Ah, they do have it. All right, bummer. So, taking a ton of damage here. We're in pretty serious trouble now, unfortunately. All it took was Walking Ballista. Who would have thought the $1 million card was good? Who would have thought? Yeah, so this is probably unrecoverable already, but we did manage to draw all of our improvised spells. Well, we had the enablers too. They basically just had the million ticket card to answer our board state perfectly, so not much you can do about that. Turn 3, 2 counter Ballista off a Cowl, and a turn 1 Unbridled Growth. Like, they just curved out perfectly there. With more plays coming, yeah. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's actually just one of the most insane things I've ever seen, because they can sack them half and get 2 counters on that. That's just absolutely absurd. Their curve was just so good this game. That was God curve actually. Growth, Druid, Ballista, Constrictor, Get Counter, Subtle Strike, Divine Salvager Map. That's such a good curve. And I actually have to block here too. But yeah, my opponent's deck is my favorite archetype in the format. I think I would probably actively pursue this deck every time. I think it's just the wisest choice, honestly. So we're super dead. Like, there's no possible way to recover from this. Not even close. Like, I play Inventor next turn. They still absolutely have more than enough lethal. They have more, too. Oh, yeah. So they do have exactly lethal. That was probably the sickest. That's one of the sickest curves I think I've seen in the format to date. One of the nastiest curves I think I've ever seen. Yeah, we got annihilated there. So I still don't think that our Prowler Puzzle Knot plan is good, unfortunately. But I don't know what else to do. Like, we don't really have much interaction, right? We have Leave in the Dust, we have Malfunction. Just not much interaction. So I guess we got to stick to the same thing and hope we just curve out better than our opponent. So we'll play first. Yes, we'll keep. His hand's actually pretty good. But yeah, I would actually argue that green-black tokens or junk tokens is like that would be my new black-red aggro from Triple Kaladesh. Like the deck that I draft to the point where you guys are pulling your hair out of your head. That would be the archetype. Because I do think it really is that good in this format. You get so much fuel from Kaladesh. So much. All right, opponent's getting the God curve again. Wish I got that much Constrictor value when I played it. All right, so let's play the Automaton and pass. So next turn we can play Reverse Engineer. Can't quite play the Serpent. Okay. So Artisan's going to be 2/5. All right. I mean, that's still very beatable. No attack from Constrictor. They probably should have attacked with Constrictor. So we can Reverse Engineer. It might actually be a better idea to play Treasure Keeper now. It guarantees us Serpent next turn. If all goes our way, I guess. We'll do that. It's not a bad time to do the Reverse Engineer, I guess, but I want something that can block and that I don't care about dying. So they're cracking the growth. I'm not sure if that means they miss their land drop or they have a Revolt spell. It's one or the other. They did not pre-combat play a land. No attacks. If we can land this Serpent, we're looking pretty sexy. Subtle Strike actually does good work for them, though. Because they can buff this and bring this down. So I would only be able to kill the Constrictor if they double blocked. Could be a problem. We're going to play Serpent here for sure. We're just going to slam the 5/6 and pass. All right. Pretty good for them, but we wouldn't have been able to leave up the mana for the rest of the game anyway, so that's not a huge deal. All right, so they hit their land now. I think we're going to try and play the patient game here. All right. We don't want to attack into that. Well, maybe if they're Untethered Express. Okay. So I guess I could attack with the Serpent now, huh? And we have the Malfunction, which is nice. So we can attack with the Serpent. And then malfunction the Express, and we could still double block the Constrictor if we had to. And I'm willing to trade my Serpent for a Constrictor. They're going to take it. So let's just malfunction the Express. I'm probably just willing to double block because we get Treasure Keeper value. They're not doing anything though, leaving up mana. So now because they have mana up, I don't really want to do it. I think we're just going to play the Aviator and pass. Like I said, we're playing the patient game specifically because Serpent just wins when it's unblockable. So it makes more sense to me to just be super patient here. Like, we have them on a 2-turn clock if we rip a land, right? Because we just make this unblockable, swing with Thopters. Oh, I guess they have to reach. Well, 3-turn clock with the Serpent, which is a little bit slower than I'd like. So maybe we're back to patient mode. Just play the Reverse Engineer. Okay. I'm all right with that. Untethered Express is nasty on its own, real nasty with Constrictor. What do we got? All right, Club Security, least of my problems here. Vengeful Rebel. Well, let's Reverse Engineer now, I think, because I'm not swinging with flyers anyway. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now we can go Skygate Automaton. Well, admittedly, the Vengeful Rebel doesn't look super powerful here, but let's just go this plus Automaton and pass. All right. All right. Still being patient. Okay. So they can sack their Untethered Express, make that a 4/4. It's still fine. Winkin Raider is great here. So, well, I guess it's not that great, right? Because it still can't get by the Artisan. So we might just want to start the Serpent Beats. 3-turn clock if we do. Costs a lot of mana, but we still have good blocks too. I'm just going to get in with... So we attack with Serpent first. And then we activate. Someone keeps telling me to do that, and they are right. So let's do it. Attack with Serpent. Make unblockable. I mean, if opponent wants to smash back too, we have a lot of attackers. All right, so they did rip the Daring Demolition, which is a bummer, but bummers happen. All right, so we'll play the Winkin Raider. Guess we can play the Inventor too, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess my plan is to attack with Winkin Raider and 2 Thopters and hope that the Rebel gets that Artisan. Because if we can clear away above here, we can get in and win. No attacks, no plays. All right. Scrap Heap Scrounger. Well, let's smash with Winkin Raider and Thopters. Because they could just eat a Thopter and take 5, I guess, but that's fine with me too. I guess I maybe should have used the Automaton. But I kind of like keeping this up too. Alright, them taking 2 damage is also okay, but maybe they have... Yeah, it's a big old bummer, but as I've said, bummers super happen. Well, I guess actually we can take care of the Artisan now, so it's not even that big of a bummer, is it? It's actually... If they have another one, it is, but at the very least we get to kill their guy, right? Alright. Could have actually been way worse. Well, we'll see. We will see. They have 2 cards left in hand, so let's finish off this dude. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so let's play a Scrounger. Their dudes are huge, but we've got some blockers. Okay, Judge to draw 2 cards. They should have actually... He should have sacked the Express. That was a mistake. Because they would have been able to rip another card. So they're at 6 life. How many attackers do we have? I think we have enough to kill them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. They take 2 from above. They have 4 blockers, 5 blockers. I mean, we can do some hardcore mathematics here and figure it out. Do I want to use the Automaton at the beginning of the turn? We'll use it once. Bottom that. Draw. There's a Treasure Keeper. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. 6 on the ground. Not enough yet. So let's swing with the Thopters, play the Treasure Keeper, and pass. Jeez. They got some good gasoline in there. All right. Play the Treasure Keeper. I mean, Herald of Anguish would do some work for us as well. Fen Hauler. All right. I guess we can... Yeah, we can deal with that. So let's use the Automaton again. Bottom that. Draw another one. Get in with Thopter. Play land, pass. All right. All right, Automaton again. Copter is good. Put that on top. Tap. Attack with Thopter. Play Copter and pass. So they're deck thinning, I assume. All right, Artisan is exactly what they were looking for. So we're just digging and digging for that Herald of Anguish. Bottom that. Broker, we're going to bottom just because we're, like I said, looking for the goodies here. Bottom that. Do I want to bottom that too? I mean, I can't play it now. Guess we'll bottom it. Draw for turn, get a land, pass. It could have activated Copter and looted. Yeah, that's probably better than scrying. Do I have anything else that can deal with the Artisan? I'm not actually 100% on that. I mean, we have another Winkin Raider. We have a Leave in the Dust, don't we? Somewhere. Swooper is a flyer, but I'm looking for Leave in the Dust, Winkin Raider. There's just more gas we'd rather find, to be perfectly honest here. There we go. Now that we can leave on top. So we can untap and play it. And then we can pass. I guess we got a block here. So let's figure it out. The blocks are as follows. We'll do this. We'll block big dudes. This can block 3 power. We're at 22, so we're really not in huge danger here. This can block this. We can double block this. I guess we don't even have to do that. So we can do that and then take 6, 7. Yeah, this actually seems fine to me. Could actually block like this. Just get our double treasure keeper value. I probably like that more. All right. Sounds good. All right. Got the game. Digging for that Herald of Anguish. So very cool. Hope you enjoyed that draft. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Deck was very cool. Ended up audibling into blue-black because of Herald of Anguish. And, I mean, aren't you glad I did? Look what it did. It was incredible. It's an incredible card. Extremely powerful. Ultimately game-altering more than once. So I hope you enjoyed watching that Mythic in action. I enjoyed piloting it. We'll see you soon.